What's going on, guys? Khalipa's Tech here, coming back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021. But before we go any further, I do want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. But now, let's get into the video. So the first reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021 is the display. We got a 6.6-inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 720p, a PPI of 266, an aspect ratio of 20:9, and a screen-to-body ratio of about 84.3%. I have the brightness at 100% right now, and I gotta say, even though the display is only 720p, you don't even notice. It just looks so good. The Super AMOLED display makes the colors really bright and powerful, and overall it does look really sharp. In the past, I have used the Motorola Moto G Stylus 5G that does have a 1080p display, and honestly I can barely tell the difference in the resolution because this phone does have such a good display. And not only is the quality good, but the size is great too. At 6.6 inches, this phone is on the bigger side, and that's gonna help with content consumption if you're streaming videos, viewing photos, playing a game, reading, all that sort of stuff. Everything is gonna look a lot larger on the screen since the display itself is just large in general, so you're gonna overall have a better experience. But at the same time, even though the screen is on the larger side, the phone itself isn't too bulky, so it's still comfortable to hold and carry around in your pocket. The second reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021 is the storage. This phone has 128 gigabytes of internal storage with microSD card expansion, and while this is no different from most phones in this price range, it's still a lot of storage, more than most people are gonna need. So I definitely think it's a big benefit. For the average user, you're probably not even gonna use up half of this. And even if you're a power user who has lots of photos and videos, large apps and that sort of thing, you can always use the microSD card for your photos and videos. And you would need a lot of apps, mostly high performance games that take up multiple gigabytes in order to fill up that much space on the phone. So you're pretty much set. The only bigger you can get than this storage wise anyway is gonna be in a flagship phone like the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra or the iPhone 12 Pro Max that have 256 and 512 gigabytes, and some of these newer flagship phones have even more. Although to be fair, the unlocked version of the Moto G Stylus 5G does have 256 gigabytes. At this point, it just barely even matters because once you get to 128 in general, that's just so much storage. It's gonna be a little bit more unusual for someone to need more storage than this. The third reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021 is the camera. So a little bit of a disclaimer here, I have the international variant of the phone that has one more camera than the US model, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not exactly sure which camera the US model doesn't have. If you have the US model yourself, definitely let me know in the comments because I honestly don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the ultra-wide camera. If a manufacturer isn't including a certain camera in a different model, it's almost always the ultra-wide camera for some reason. So I'm guessing that's what it is, but I don't know for sure. So definitely let me know in the comments if you know. But that being said, this specific phone has a 48 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 5 megapixel macro camera, and a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera. And regardless of whether or not you have every single one of these cameras, it's still gonna be a great deal because all these cameras are really high quality, especially the main camera. You're gonna be able to take some real nice pictures. So if that's your thing, if you do want to take a bunch of good pictures to keep, maybe for social media or something like that, then you're definitely gonna like this phone because it can take some real good ones. And if you're into videography and that sort of thing, it's gonna be even better because this phone can actually shoot 4K videos in the rear camera and 1080p in the front. And these videos do look really nice. And not only that, but the microphone of this phone is decently good. So you're not gonna need an external mic to get decent audio quality when you're recording a video. The fourth reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021 is the processor. This phone is getting 6 gigabytes of RAM with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 750 5G processor. 6 gigabytes of RAM is really good, although it's pretty normal for phones in this price range, but the processor itself is such a good processor. It is the same processor as the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G, and it's a really powerful one. I ran a Geekbench 5 benchmark test on this phone and it came back with a single core score of 658 and a multi-core score of 2009. So this is really impressive. If you're planning on doing more high-end activities with it, like playing more high-end games or video editing with larger files, this phone is going to be able to handle that stuff pretty well. It's not going to be quite the level of something like the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra or an iPhone 12 Pro Max or something like that that's truly the highest end of a manufacturer's lineup. But there's really not going to be anything this phone can't do. Of course, towards the upper end of things, it might be a little bit slower, but when you're doing normal tasks, like browsing the web and going on social media and stuff like that, it's gonna handle that like it's nothing. And there are only a handful of situations where you would ever need any more processing power than this. Even compared to other 5G phones in the same price range, this phone's processor is really impressive. I can tell you the Motorola Moto G Stylus 5G definitely didn't have this much processing power, despite being pretty good itself. And the Samsung Galaxy A32 5G, the next phone under this one in Samsung Galaxy's A series, was also not quite as strong. So if you are looking for a 5G mid-range phone with a really powerful processor, this is going to be a great option. My fifth and final reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021 is the battery. This phone has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. This supports 15 watt fast charging. So that is a really impressive battery that's going to give you a ton of life. Unless you're playing a high-end game all day or doing something like that, you're probably not going to have to charge the phone during the daytime at all. And even if you do, the fast charging is going to help you charge it up a lot faster, so you won't have to wait around for it to regain its power. In addition to lasting a long time throughout the day, having a large battery has the other benefit of longevity. Down the road, all batteries degrade, but with a larger one like this, it doesn't start to be a problem nearly as quickly as with the smaller batteries, so you're going to be able to keep the phone for a longer time without replacing it. So if you're one of those people who likes to get one phone and keep it for multiple years without replacing it, this phone is a great option. But those were my 5 reasons to buy the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G in 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you want to learn more about the phone, be sure to check out my full review of the device on the channel. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.